Hello and welcome back. As we all know, Prince Harry and Meghan were involved in a quote near catastrophic car chase involving paparazzi, and I have been watching this story. I have been sitting back and trying to gather as much information as possible. A quick summary is that the incident happened after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex attended an award ceremony in New York on Tuesday. And in their statement by the spokesperson, they said, quote, "A relentless pursuit lasted for more than 2 hours and resulted in multiple near collisions," in quotes. So the NYPD has said there were no arrests as yet, as of the time of this recording. And a lot of the details and the accounts and information that have been developing throughout the day are still coming in. But so far, there were claims that the chase involved half a dozen cars with reckless driving, including going through red lights, driving on the pavement, carrying out blocking moves, and reversing down a one-way street, as well as taking photographs whilst driving. We also understand that Harry and Meghan were staying at a friend's house and did not return directly to avoid compromising their security. So Prince Harry, Meghan, and Meghan's mom tried to take shelter from the paparazzi by going to a Manhattan police station. And then there was a plan to use a New York taxi with a yellow cab flagged down. And they also got inside, but the vehicle and its occupants were spotted by photographers, and then they had to revert to their own security vehicles. So there has been a cab driver who's called, I think it's Sukarn Singh, hope I'm saying that right, who goes by the name Sunny. He told BBC News that he picked up Harry, Meghan with a security personnel member on the 67th Street between Lexington Avenue and the 3rd Avenue. He said this, quote, "A security guard hailed me. Next thing you know, Prince Harry and his wife were hopping into my cab." He also said that he, of course, picked up Doria as well. And he went on to say, quote, "As we went a block, we got blocked by a garbage truck, and all of a sudden, paparazzi came and started taking pictures. They were just about to give me the location of where they were going to, but then they told me to circle back to the precinct." He said that Meghan and Harry were, quote, nice people, with them for about 15 minutes. And he saw that they were, very nervous. And in another interview with Sky, that according to him, he had seen that they had been pursued. He actually said the whole day, of course, we know that's not true, but he saw the state that they were in. And he did, in fact, lend credence to the fact that, the paparazzi were all around the car, and he himself understood why they had to just go back. He said that they tipped him generously. He said, I think it was about $50 for a 10 or 15-minute ride. So yes, he did speak about the fact that New York was a safe place to be, saying there were police stations and cops on every corner. And yes, that's why the Sussexes told him just to circle back to the police station. They did not feel safe. There was also a statement by Chris Sanchez, who is a member of the couple's security detail, who told CNN, quote, "The scene was very chaotic," in quotes, and that photographers at one point blocked the limousine carrying Harry and Meghan. He said, quote, "The public were in jeopardy at several points. It could have been fatal," end quote. As we know, Prince Harry and Meghan use private security while in the US. It's well known that Prince Harry is currently engaged in a legal battle in London over the use of Metropolitan Police protection while he and his family are there. And, they have been going back and forth, but he himself has been willing to pay for that protection. So there has been a lot of misinformation, gaslighting the public surrounding the minutiae of what exactly happened. And some people are just basically parroting what they've heard without just referring simply back to the statement that Harry and Meghan had released through their spokesperson. So let me read that in full first and foremost. Quote, "Last night, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Ms. Ragland were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. This relentless pursuit, lasting over 2 hours, resulted in multiple near collisions involving other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and 2 NYPD officers. While being a public figure comes with a level of interest from the public, it should never come at the cost of anyone's safety. Dissemination of these images, given the ways in which they were obtained, encourages a highly intrusive practice that is dangerous to all involved. End quote. Notice in this statement, you have not seen anything about a high-speed car chase. No high-speed anything is in this statement. Also, so why are people parroting that there was a high-speed chase in New York and everyone's, putting up pictures of the traffic situation there, saying there is no way a high-speed chase happened, and also referring to the mayor's statement saying that, he said that he did not believe a high-speed chase happened. Yeah, because Harry and Meghan never said there was a high-speed chase. So yeah, whatever that's about, so that's out the way. And another interesting statement by someone on Twitter called Erin Vanderhoof, who is a staff writer at Vanity Fair, is trying to explain to people why Prince Harry and Meghan did not just simply, as some commentators I've seen online saying, just they should have come out of their car and had their picture taken and hope the paparazzi go away. She responds perfectly to that in saying this. She says, quote, "I'm seeing a little confusion here, so I'll try and clear it up. Paps were following them for 2 hours to figure out where Meghan and Harry were staying. They were circling Manhattan to avoid taking them back to a friend's house." So she says that of Harry and Meghan. So that means the reason why they did not go straight back to where they were staying was if the paparazzi were following them, then they would follow them all the way to their destination, right? So they would put the person who hosted them in that situation as well, bringing the situation directly to their doorstep, which makes no sense. And of course, inconveniencing the person who may have been hosting them, or, opening up that location to unwanted attention. As we all know, there was a case where someone was arrested at their Montecito address for stalking. So it made sense. They should not go directly to their abode. She goes on to say, quote, "The economics of the industry are such that regular pictures don't really sell, but an exclusive of them in a private setting, like exiting a friend's apartment building in casual clothes, could be worth a bunch. They, on the other hand, have legit stalkers. One got arrested at their house this week and have good reasons not to publicize their location. Other people might have just given up after a little while." She goes on to say, quote, "It sounds legit insane to behave this way, but any legal risk is outweighed in the minds of photographers by the fact that a good photo of the kids could make enough for 4 years of private college tuition or more. In the UK, the press interest in them is huge," she says in capitals, "and very negative. We once counted the number of stories the Daily Mail ran on Meghan during a month where she made no public appearances, and it was more than 100, end quote. So that basically answers that they would not stop to have total strangers take photos of them. Because would you even ask yourself, would you, if you're a high-profile individual who had someone stalking your house back in LA, and you just have a group of, let's say, a dozen people outside your car, and you say, what, I'm gonna just stand there, not knowing who those people are, and not knowing if all the people in that group have good intentions towards you? No one would do that. So why would anyone suggest that? That's why it took 2 hours as well. They were trying to lose these paparazzi, and it was not the fault of the security personnel with them. They were taking safety measures, sometimes circling back to the police stations, trying to find a way to just get away from that situation where their car was being surrounded. It was not safe for them, right? And as I read before, a garbage truck had blocked them off, and suddenly the paparazzi appeared from nowhere. And yes, those pictures of them in distress were purchased by some tabloid outlets in the UK, and they even published them, and now of course they have been taken down. So a lot of the smog is clearing as this information is coming to light. And it's also noteworthy, even the BBC pointed this out in their coverage of this. They said that New York City Mayor Eric Adams told reporters that, quote, 2 officers could have been injured. And he also went on to say it would be horrific to lose an innocent bystander during a chase like this. And he also referred back to how Harry also had that history with Princess Diana. And of course, he wants their safety as well. So he has not refuted that people might have been endangered. He did cite those 2 police officers and also bystanders. And there is footage of this, and people who have seen it are also testifying that yes, it was a chaotic scene. And this is something as well that has stood out to a lot of people that Buckingham Palace has not yet commented. That is just a wow moment. Let me know your thoughts on that, because though Prince Harry is not a senior working royal member, I don't think that made him any less, King Charles's son. That's just so odd to a lot of people watching. It truly does highlight that whole spare tag that Prince Harry has talked about, because even the reaction online, especially on the side of the tabloids that do not like this couple, as I've said, they've been trying to put a lot of smoke and mirrors, trying to say that it was a high-speed chase, just trying to put words in their mouths and frankly ridiculing the couple. People are trotting out that whole South Park thing. We want privacy. Even I saw some comments saying that if they don't want to be chased, they should just go away and live private lives. What does that mean? There was a whole stalker who showed up at their house in Montecito and they weren't even there. What has that got to do with safety when people are pumping out negative articles? What has that got to do with them going away and being silent? If on some segments of media, they just keep pumping out negative articles on them, gossip, and churning that negative sentiment against them. As the reporter I read to you there said, 100 articles were published on Meghan during a month where she had not even made a public appearance anywhere. So that's not the answer. I think the hate needs to stop. And just ask yourselves, those of you who've been mocking at the Sussexes, saying that they were exaggerating or staging this, ask yourselves, hypothetically, if this was any other member of the royal family, let's say, for example, God forbid, whether it was Prince William and his wife, your reaction would be so different. And why is that? If this situation had hypothetically applied to Prince William and Princess Catherine, that I would sit and make a post mocking at them. Even if you are not a fan of the Sussexes, why not just sit back and wait for the facts and not just come out the gate with them trying to say that they are liars, trying your best to look for the nitpicking to see what parts of the story to you do not make sense. I mean, you even have the whole New York City mayor saying that 2 police officers, could have been injured. You see very well that even the cab driver said that during his time that they had surrounded the car, and he only spoke about what he saw. He cannot speak to what he has not seen. And the way people are trying to phrase the fact that no, he was downplaying the whole situation, that they were completely safe. He wasn't with them the whole duration of the time when they were being pursued. He was with them only for 15 minutes. And even he said that they surrounded the car and, the security personnel saw it wasn't safe and told him just to circle back. And he saw the disposition of Harry and Meghan and Miss Ragland, that they were very nervous about everything. So sad to see how people have come out the gate trying to make Harry and Meghan liars, trying to say that they're exaggerating or making content for Netflix. And I'm so glad right now that Prince Harry had his phone out, so that he'll probably refute a lot of things that people are lining up to try and make him and Meghan out to be liars. And just ask yourselves, why the hate? Why do you have to make fun of them or twist their words or put words in their mouths? There was no high-speed anything. So as I said before, even if you're not a fan of the Sussexes, why not just wait for all the information to come in? Because even Bruce Cotler, who is the president of the New York Press Photographers Association, said that the way that the photographers acted on Tuesday night violated the basic photojournalism principle of covering news as, quote, documentarians and observers, in quotes, and the code of ethics to which his members and any press photographer with any respect for themselves and the profession are expected to adhere. So just wait. There has been an acknowledgement that there was reckless driving, going through red lights, driving on pavements. And this is Prince Harry and trying to protect his family, his mother-in-law, his wife, and him also perhaps being triggered by what happened to Princess Diana. And some of you are out there just laughing about this. It's so sad, truly. Talk about the love of many waxing cold. What is all that about? Making fun of people before you even understand the complete facts, getting all the information in, and just repeating lies. No one said anything about a high-speed chase. And even Max Foster came out with a statement and said that yes, he himself has spoken to some people who witnessed what had happened, and it's backing up a lot of that which Harry and Meghan said. So don't let hate cloud your judgment and make you forget that Prince Harry has that whole background with paparazzi and what they did to his mother. So share your thoughts on this in the comment section below. And as always, as I said, keep it here for more updates. Please put away the hate. Yeah, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. If you doubted the Sussexes, wait for all the details. Don't just make fun of them because you don't like them. If it had, God forbid, gotten to the worst level of what could happen with them being recklessly pursued and unprofessional practices going on when they were there, what would you have said, right? Hate isn't worth it. Let go of the hate. Some of you. So kindly, I would implore you all to continue to pray for Prince Harry and Meghan and Ms. Ragland, as well as the children, Archie and Lilibet. Pray for this family. Pray for their protection. A lot of you love them, but as we've seen, especially with how some of this has been twisted, they truly do need our prayers right there. And I hope they feel all your love. So once again, share your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, before we log off, a special thank you to those who support this channel financially. To my Patreon, PayPal, and membership supporters, I would like to say thank you. A special thank you to you, Rochelle Cherry. Thank you for your generosity and for being so kind and so faithful in your giving to this channel. God bless you. Thank you to Regenia Means Bonds as well. You go by that handle here on YouTube. I appreciate you for supporting this channel and standing alongside me and for giving. I say God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being such a tremendous encouragement. Thank you, thank you. And a special thank you to one of the newer supporters of this channel through Patreon. Thank you to Judy Basil. I appreciate you for joining along with me here on YouTube, for your giving. Know that I love and appreciate you. I pray for God to bless you exceedingly abundantly above all you could ever ask or think. Once again, share your thoughts on all of this below. If you liked this update, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe. It helps out the channel and keep you here for more updates. I love you all and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.